I've seen horrors that you've seen. But you have no right to call me a murderer. You have a right to kill me. You have a right to do that. But you have no right to judge me. It's impossible through words to describe what is necessary to those who do not know what horror means. Horror. Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are enemies to be feared. They are truly enemies. I remember when I was with Special Forces, seems 1,000 centuries ago. We went into a camp to inoculate some children. We left the camp after we had inoculated the children for polio. And this old man came running after us, and he was crying. He couldn't say. We went back there, and they had come and hacked off every inoculated arm. There they were in a pile of little arms. And I remember I cried, I wept like some grandmother. I wanted to tear my teeth out. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I want to remember it. I never want to forget it. I never want to forget. And then I realized, like I was shot with a diamond bullet right through my forehead. And I thought, my God, the genius of that. The genius, the will to do that. Perfect, genuine, complete, crystalline, pure. And then I realized they were stronger than me, because they could stand it. These were not monsters. These were men, trained cadres. These men who fought with their hearts, who have families, who have children, who are filled with love. But they have the strength to do that. If I had 10 divisions of those men, then our troubles here would be over very quickly. You have to have men who are moral, and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling, without passion, without judgment. Because it's judgment that defeats us.
Yo, 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 yo. Back up in this bitch. Go Deep, episode 33. I hope you like that intro. It's one of my favorite parts. You know, actually, when I put out an episode of Go Deep, like the first day I put it out, and it actually gets up on YouTube and everybody listens to it or whatever, I automatically, immediately start working on the next one. But when I work on the next one, what starts it is the intro. All I do is think of a song in my head, and the song kind of sets the tone for the whole episode. If you know where that song comes from, it comes from Watchmen, when Dr. Manhattan was telling his origin story. Aha. But yeah, so now we get to another song. No, check this out. Today's episode 33, I'm gonna interview my friend Geraldo Cortes again from Brazil. You know, he's a musician, so we're gonna have even more music. Last episode I interviewed him. I did not let y'all know that was his music, his score at the end of the episode. So after you listen to this, go back and listen to my first Geraldo Cortes interview. You'll see it. And that's his music. It was dope. All right, so let's get into another song. Last week we had some chopped and screwed music in there. What that is, slowed it down because it went deep on Go Deep. I will do that again this week. Be right back.
This is what they want, huh? This is what it's all about. Wow, time to take affirmative action, son.
Niggas just don't understand, you know what I mean? Niggas coming sideways, thinking something sweet, man. You know what I mean? Niggas don't understand the four devils: lust, envy, hate, jealousy. Wicked niggas, man. Yo, sit back, relax, catch a contact, sip your cognac, and let's all wash this money through this laundromat. Sneak attack, a new cast and rap worth top dollar. In fact, touch mines and I'll react. A rock waller. Who could relate? We play for high stakes and gon' catch 'em and break. Undress some time with tape, no escape. The Coleon, Chini Capone, home in your own zone. A gig to clap in your dome. Song, the firm are the wars unknown. Lower your tone, face it. Homicide cases get thrown. Aristocrats, politicking with diplomats. See me, I'm unofficial. Lex, Coop,
criminal thoughts in the reports. My desert beat to be the Newport. A nigga died too short. A nigga's dead on. I key a heron. They found his head on the couch. Dick in his mouth. I put the hit out. Yo, the smoothest killer since Bugsy. Bitches love me. In Queens where my drugs be. I wear Guess jeans and rugbies. Yo, my people Medina, they will see you when you re-up, bring your heater or your queen goes between us. Real shit. My Desert Eagle got an ill grip. I chill with niggas that hate Dominicans, still bricks. My red beam made a dread scream and sprayed a Fed team. Corleone be turning niggas to fiends. Yukons and Ninja Black Lexus. Mega the pretty boy with Mafia connects. A firm nigga said it.
Yo, my mind is seeing through your design like blind fury. I shine Jerry sipping on crushed grapes. We lust papes and push cakes inside the casket at Just Wait. It's sickening. He just finished bidding upstate, and now the project is talking that somebody gotta die shit. It's logic as long as it's nobody in my clique. My man Smoke knew how to expand coke and Mr. Coffee. Feds cost me $2 million to system off me. Life's a bitch, but God forbid the bitch divorce me. I'll be flooded with ice or hellfire, scorch me. Cuban cigars, meeting Foxy at the mall, moving cars. Your top poppy, Senior Escobar.
In the black Camaro, firm deep, all my niggas hail the blackest sparrow. While the bees beat the apparel through the darkest tunnel. I got visions of multi-millions in the biggest bundle. In the Lex, pushed by my nigga Jungle. E-money bags, got my West Sean Dawn. Bundle of 62, they ain't got a clue about to do. My whole team, we shitting hard like Czar. Soulside, Foxy Brown, Cormega, and Escobar. I keep a fat Marquise piece, laced in all the illest snakeskin. Armani sweaters, Carolina Herrera. Be the firm, baby. From BK to the bridge, my nigga Wiz, Operation Firm Biz. So what the deal is, I keep a fat Jewel, sipping Christie, sitting on top of 50 grand in the Nautica van. We stay incognito like all them thug niggas in Marcy. The guards, they praise Allah with visions of Gandhi. Bet it on, my whole crew is Don Juan. On Cayman Island with a case of Cristal and Baba Shala spoke. Nigga with them Cubans that snort coke. Raw though, an ounce mixed with leak that's pure though. Flipping the bigger picture, the bigger with the cheddar. Was mad jipper, he had a fucking villa in Manila. We got the fleet in Panama. But weight is half and half, keys is 1 2/5 on how we flip. 32 grams raw, chopping in half, get 16, double it times 3. We got 48, which mean a whole lot of cream. Divide the profit by 4, subtract it by 8. We back to 16, now add the other 2 to bring it through. So let's see, if we flip this other key, then that's more for me. Mad coke and mad leak, plus a 500. Cut in half is 250, now triple that times 3. We got 3/4 of another key.
The Firm, baby. Volume 1,
All right. I hope y'all like that. That was The Firm, Chopped and Screwed. The Firm used to be one of my favorite groups back in the day. It was Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, Cormega. Then they had Nature in there. Even Cannabis did a song with them. But it was pretty much Nas and his crew, produced by Dr. Dre. It just doesn't get any better than that. All right, let's get into it. What's going on this week? So we're talking about the Snyder Cut a lot more in the fandom. Aquaman should get $1 billion, is on track to get $1 billion, which I have said like 3 or 4 weeks ago. That's good because, you know, once you make $1 billion, you can pretty much start up a whole franchise. $1 billion is a lot of fucking money. You think just on interest alone of $1 billion is something like either like, I don't know, it's something a lot just on the interest of $1 billion. But I don't want to say a number so you little math geeks can be like, no, Peely, the interest on $1 billion would actually be blah, 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 blah. So Aquaman made $1 billion, which is great. Which is, once again, that is a big golden check to Zack Snyder. Because Zack Snyder picked Jason Momoa, you know? This is his universe. This is Zack Snyder's universe. He picked Jason Momoa. He picked Amber Heard. And, you know, look what they did together. The chemistry on screen was amazing. You know, it is the perfect Aquaman. You know, Aquaman came in the DCEU as the most laughed at superhero pretty much ever. Except that, remember the show Entourage back in the day? Entourage Ben told you that Aquaman was going to be the shit one day. We just didn't pay attention. Yep. So Aquaman made a bill, which is good. Shouts out to James Wan. Shouts out to everybody that was involved. now the fandom has shifted its mindset to Zack Snyder again. What has Zack Snyder been doing lately? Zack Snyder's been sharing a bunch of Batman pictures. Pretty sure this is the first time he ever shared a Ben Affleck picture. He shared some of Batman's stunt double, Ben Affleck's stunt double. But I don't remember. If somebody I know, somebody will love to correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the first time he shared Ben Affleck, I think. I don't know. I wasn't on Vero that long. But this is great news because Ben Affleck was the best Batman. He was also the best Bruce Wayne. You know, like, to all the people who really, really like this shit, the old Batman is the better Batman because he don't give a fuck no more. You know, back in the day, he had all these reservations. He didn't want to, he didn't want to use a gun. He didn't want to shoot people. You know, he barely beat your ass. The most he did was like acrobats and, tie you up or some crazy shit like that. The old Batman don't give a fuck. He will beat your ass. He will kill you. He will use a gun. He would fucking do what the fuck he gotta do. That is Ben Affleck. He was the greatest. The Martha scene, everybody talk about this Martha scene. Really go back and watch that scene. You have never seen nothing that epic in a comic book movie. Maybe even in a regular movie. In all movies combined, you have never seen nothing that epic. That is crazy. These are like, people grew up idolizing their whole life Batman and Superman. And Zack Snyder just fucking, what he did in that Martha scene, that shit was crazy as hell. That was, that stamped Zack Snyder as the best, that Martha scene. And they tried to shit on it by saying, oh, Martha, and they totally changed the whole narrative of what you could have enjoyed if you just sat there and shut the fuck up and watched it. It was the greatest comic book scene ever. I would love to see what else Zack Snyder has planned, man, because Superman gonna get his get back. Yeah, Batman might have beat him up the first time, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, Superman can beat the fuck out of Batman if he ever just wanted to, That's Superman's thing. Superman has all these powers and shit, but his weakness is his, not only kryptonite, his weakness is his want to do good. Superman don't want to kill Batman. That's why Batman is still alive. Think about that shit. Think about that. So, kind of want to just get into the interview, but I know I gotta, speak some more shit. So, the fandom, they're getting amped. They're hoping that we hear some news. Everybody's talking about they're gonna hear some news at San Diego Comic-Con and about Zack Snyder. They're saying this is gonna be the biggest Comic-Con ever, which will be dope. I think if they release the Snyder Cut or they mention the Snyder Cut at Comic-Con, that will be huge. I think if Star Wars come down and have something dope, that will be huge also. I think if Ben Affleck is allowed to do his 3-part trilogy, that will be dope. I think that will be just as dope as the Snyder Cut. I love Zack Snyder. He's the boss. He's my favorite. But I don't know, man. A Ben Affleck 3-part trilogy, that's like 1B. If the Snyder Cut is 1A, Man of Steel 2, that's 1A. To see Batman directed by Ben Affleck 3, a trilogy, that gotta be 1B. That gotta be 1B. I hope, listen to me, Warner Brothers. Just I'm not that important. I'm just a regular dude, but I have an idea. Let Matt Reeves do his Batman in like another universe, like this Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Let Matt Reeves do that shit. Let Matt Reeves do a Batman of the 60s, where Batman was still wearing gray and blue. Let that be Matt Reeves shit, okay? Now, the black and gray Batman of our times, let Ben Affleck do that shit. It doesn't make no sense. I mean, if you got Matt Reeves on, cool. Let him do some 1960s Batman where Batman is in the blue and the gray. It doesn't have to be quirky. You don't have to have, little pow, zang, boom. You don't have to have none of that shit. Just let him do something, a detective movie, if you really like Matt Reeves. But listen to me, I'm telling you now from a fan. You will get 3 times more fans watching a Ben Affleck Batman, directed Batman. 3 times as much. You can sneak out one movie with Matt Reeves, and maybe if you want to do a trilogy, you might make $1 billion in one of those movies, maybe. But a Ben Affleck Batman, that would be the most epic thing you could do, other than reinstating Zack Snyder and having him do the Snyder Cut and Injustice or Man of Steel 2. That's on the same level. Ben Affleck is that nigga. Ben Affleck is that dude. We all know that. We all know that. Not only is he the dude that can direct a great movie, he's already the best Batman. After what, 3 movies he was in, and people tried to destroy him, he's still the best Batman. We're talking about, we just saw Christian Bale Batman, and everybody loved the Dark Knight series. There was 2 movies in that trilogy that went over $1 billion. Christian Bale did a great job. He even played old Batman in the last one. But it was no contest. The warehouse scene with Ben Affleck? Are you crazy? The Martha scene, the warehouse scene, his facial expression on the first part that looked like 9/11 when Zod was fucking up the city, his face alone. His eyes were more powerful than Bane's eyes in Dark Knight series. And I'll be real, I can say that. That's some real shit. Bane had on a mask, so all you saw was his eyes, right? And he did a great job. But Batman's eyes, Bruce Wayne's eyes when those buildings was coming down and he was saving the girl, that's Batman right there. Nobody else has done that. That's Batman. Michael Keaton had the nice look because he had the weird looking eyebrows that was arched, and it did look like Batman. But he's no Ben Affleck. None of them was Ben Affleck. So all I want to see, man, is some more Ben Affleck with Jared Leto involved. We want to see the Robin story when we saw the Robin suit in BVS. Of course, Jared Leto would love to beat the fuck out of that guy with a crowbar. Of course, we would love to see that. I want to see Ben Affleck with Damien. Somehow. I want to see Red Hood somehow. Ben Affleck is just the best. Warner Brothers should just do what the fuck they gotta do to secure this guy for 3 more movies. Or more. Same with Henry Cavill. Do what the fuck you gotta do. You got the money. Make it happen. The fans will come. If you build it, they will come. Let's get into this interview. I've rambled enough. Geraldo Cortes, episode 33. Go deep, where we specialize in not being some bitches. Yeah, bitch. All right, welcome back to the podcast. Go Deep, episode 33. Got my buddy here again, Geraldo Cortes. How's it going?
Very happy to be back, my friend. How are you?
Pretty good, man. I like that background you got there with those toys, man. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Got heaps.
Oh, nice. Oh man, so I should have did video today, man, but nobody can see this on the podcast because we're only using audio. But I'll describe it. You got some
No, that's fine. Well,
action figures in the back. I see the whole Justice League, man. That's a nice setup. Damn, Batman.
yeah, it's not bad, is
Shazam.
it?
Nice. So how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. No complaints. So what's new? What's new in life?
Awesome. Oh, what's new? Well, there is one thing that is relatively new that has to do with our little cult, if you want. We got the Jason Momoa tribute video coming along, and I'm at the moment doing the sound and also recording a little interpretation of mine of something that is in Aquaman.
Oh, really? Really? Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. So what'd you think about Aquaman?
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
It's funny because I watched it twice. The first time going in, I enjoyed it. Had just a few issues with certain things. I mean, maybe a joke here and there that I thought was a bit unnecessary, certain
Right.
choices, but all in all, I liked it.
Right.
And then the second time around, I really enjoyed it. I think it's because I went in more relaxed. I was so tense the first time around. I was like, oh, please, not Justice League Part 2, please.
Yeah. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
Yeah. What did you think about it?
I mean, I liked it. It was, like I said, when I first saw it, I took my boys with me, so they were kind of messing around a lot. But it was, my first viewing, I liked it. It was some scenes like that one scene that I didn't like, where the guy had he had a big cement wall laying on his legs, kind of showing like the Batman vs Superman scene where the guy had to, amputate his
Yep.
legs because something fell on him. So on Aquaman, they had a pretty similar scene like that. But when Aquaman helped him up, the guy just got up and ran away, and I'm like,
I get you. I get you totally. Yeah.
Shouldn't your legs need amputation after something like that?
Exactly. I mean, I was really happy about Aquaman because, I mean, I really felt that it was, above anything else, a James Wan movie. That was something that I was really concerned about because I was fearful of, the direction that things had been going since the whole shakeup with Zack exiting and Justice League and all that. We still don't really know what to expect when it comes to Walter Hamada. It's still a mystery.
Right.
But having said that, I really got the feeling that Aquaman was a James Wan movie. I saw a lot of people saying the same thing, but I really felt that there was a lot of homages to Man of Steel, and stylistically, there's some sort of reference there. I really enjoyed Prince Orm, Ocean Master. I thought he was really good. I think you said that in one of your videos about how he sort of reminds us of Zod in a way. I mean, he's a villain, but he's not just your two-dimensional, evil laughing, I'm bad because I'm bad. I mean, he has genuine motivation, and that's something that I really, really enjoyed.
Right.
And I thought the score was really good. I think Rupert Gregson Williams did a great job. I think he's awesome.
Right.
Again, another one of Hans Zimmer's students.
Oh, really?
And he worked with Hans, him and his brother actually, who is Harry Gregson Williams. They're both composers, and Harry Gregson did what was the name of that movie with Matt Damon, the one that he goes to Mars and gets stuck?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I forget the name of the movie.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's his score, and he does heaps of good things as well. But yeah, I was really happy. At the end of the day, I think the key word is I was relieved.
Right.
I was like, oof, okay. I think maybe, fingers crossed, the worst is behind us.
Right. I do feel like that. And I wanted to ask you about the score. The bad guy part of the score, whenever the bad guy showed up, like King Orm, or maybe they did it a little bit with Black Manta also, that was my favorite part of the score. You know, that deep, repetitive, whatever that was. I loved it, you know?
Yeah, it's a little motif that goes every time. It's either Black Manta or it's Orm. It's a gung gung gung.
Right.
That synthy kind of low bass trombone combined thing going on, which is really, really cool. I thought the score was great. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
And yeah, it's got a kind of a Tron kind of feel, but it doesn't feel at all like a rip-off or anything like that.
Right.
Not at all. It really seems like its own thing, and I think it fits the whole aesthetic of the movie, actually, because it's very epic. It's got that orchestral feel to it.
Right.
But it also, with, you know, Atlantis being a kind of a thriving civilization and very technological and all of that, I think the music really serves that visual aesthetic, which is actually a very important thing that some people, I think, don't touch upon that much, is that film music, original music for movies, they have to serve the movie first. They can be brilliant, of course, but if they're brilliant on their own and they have no connection to the movie, it's just useless.
Right.
The best scores are the ones that serve the movie, serve the story, serve the characters, because their music, if it's really, really good, it works like a supporting actor. That's what it's about. And sometimes it can be a star of the show as well.
Right.
But ultimately, it really has to serve the movie.
You're exactly right. When I hear the score, and like you just said, it feels like a supporting actor. I remember the score like I remember some of the actors, you know?
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, so tell me this. What do you think with the success of Aquaman? What do you think for the future of the DCEU? Where do we go from here? Well,
hopefully, and referencing our good friend Chris Wong, tinfoil hat on.
Tinfoil hat.
But I really hope that that this serves as some kind of leverage for, you know, the Snyder Cut getting released and things getting back on track. I think that's really, because it's really important, at least for me it is. I know that it is for a lot of people, but I can only speak for myself. I believe that when Chris Nolan invited Zack to direct Man of Steel and to sort of serve as ground zero for the DC universe, cinematic universe, I really feel like they had a very well-oiled machine, a strong vision, and a very
I agree.
What's the word? Substantial vision of what was going to happen from then on. And at some point, it's just like someone came in and started tearing things to shreds.
Right.
I mean, we know who those people are, but I'm not going to name names.
Right.
And it really feels like everything was going according to plan, and then someone just chucked it into the fan.
Right.
And that's where we ended up with, you know, Suicide Squad being tampered with, Justice League and all, you know,
BVS.
Mustache Gate and all that crap.
Right.
So I really hope that I think it was what's his name, Scott Mendelson. He put out an article recently. I didn't really like the article that much, but at least the main message was that probably because of the success of Aquaman, the continuity is going to be maintained. There's not going to be any soft rebooting or any of that bullshit. So
right.
I'm really hopeful for the future. I'm really positive about what's going to happen, in the coming year.
Right. What do you think about the rumors? You said the coming year. What do you think about the rumors of, announcement at Comic-Con, and this is going to be the biggest Comic-Con ever?
I've heard about that. Well, we've had high expectations for Comic-Con before, and some of us felt a bit let down. Funny thing is, I'm sure that you know a lot of the same people that I do, in the sense that many people were angry, many people were resentful about the last Comic-Con. The thing is that I really went into that kind of prepared for the worst. I thought, look, maybe we don't get it, but I am not going to let this go until the day that Zach comes in and says, guys, look, it's not going to happen.
Right. Until
that day comes, and hopefully it doesn't come at all, I'm not going to stop fighting for it. And I think that Jason really put that into the mainstream with the whole MTV interview that we already spoke about, and continually talking about the importance of Zack Snyder. And I mean, of course, he's the one that has been talking about it the most.
Right.
But you see Patrick Wilson giving him credit. You see James Wan giving him credit. You see Amber Heard giving him credit. I mean, it's almost like if someone were really trying to not give Zach credit, it's kind of impossible, because
right.
It's the guy's vision. He's the reason why we have got this movie.
Right. Correct. I agree.
And his character.
In my, I talk a little bit before I interview you, and I said that same thing. It's Zach's vision. All of these actors, their chemistry on, Amber Heard, Jason Momoa, their chemistry, Zach picked that. So this is his vision. Right. So let me ask you. You said you were working on something, a score right now for the Batman film, or a Batman video being put together. Tell me, what do you think about Zach sharing the Ben Affleck pictures lately?
Well, actually, I said what I was doing it for the Aquaman tribute.
Oh, Aquaman. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll edit that out.
But I'll touch upon both things.
Okay.
The thing is, Charlie, our good friend from Turkey, he put together the video tribute of all of us together. He sent the video over to me already, and I'm already doing the sound editing. The thing is, I didn't just want to chuck in some only pre-recorded music. I wanted to record something myself for that had reference to Aquaman. I'm not going to spoil anything right now, but it's my interpretation of stuff relative to the score of the movie.
Right.
And so I'm doing that now. But so yeah, that should be ready in the next few days.
Nice.
And but going back to Zach liking the re-sharing of the Batman tribute video.
Right.
Well, and him sharing pictures of Ben Affleck, of Richard Citrone, and I really think it speaks volumes, man.
Right.
I mean, him going about how Ben is his perfect Batman, and giving props to Richard as well, and him liking a lot of us reposting the Ben tribute video. I really do think it speaks volumes. What do you think?
I agree. I agree with Ben Affleck. He was my favorite Batman of all, So I'm hoping we could see more from him, We only got a little taste of him, and I think that the Justice League that wasn't really Batman, what they did in the Justice League with the jokes and oh, I'm bleeding now, or definitely something. That's not Batman, you know. And so I gotta get that taste right. I gotta get that taste out of my mouth, and hopefully we can see more of the Zack Snyder interpretation of it. Yeah.
I agree 100%. It actually, it also has to do with music. I mean, the whole thing with Danny Elfman very disrespectfully putting his 1989 Batman theme to that character, which is a different character. It's not the same Batman. It's not the same guy. He doesn't have the same motivation. He doesn't have the same age. It's not the same person. But he's like, oh, there's only one Batman theme. Well, pardon my French, bloody, but fuck off. I mean, Jesus. It's really, at the end of the day, it's so bloody disrespectful for him to do that. I mean, well, I'm not gonna be trashing on Danny Elfman or anything. I'm not gonna waste our time with that. But the thing is, like you said, that's not Batman.
Right.
I mean, Batman just doesn't lay on the ground beating it. Oh, something is definitely bleeding. Oh, come on. I just, it was, you know, double face palm on that one. I just couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it when I watched that. It's like, what the hell is going on?
You're exactly right, man. I only watched that Justice League one time, and then after the movie theater, I didn't watch it again. And you know, they came out with the DVDs, and there were so many versions of DVD you can buy, but I've saw enough of that, you know. Man.
I actually envy you on that because, you know, before it premiered, I bought for 3 viewings. And the thing is, I went on the first one with a mate of mine. I went on the second with my wife and a couple of other friends. I went on the third viewing with my family. The third one, I was almost giving up. I was like, look, I'm only going because I want to keep you guys company, because the movie is a Frankenstein. I can't even. It's so bad that I can't even say if it's good or bad. It's unwatchable.
Right.
It's disgusting what they've done to it.
I agree.
And you can see the moments that Zack had shot, and it's like, oh, where's the rest of this? And then suddenly there's a reshoot image.
Right.
And everyone's different, and everyone's hair looks different.
Right.
And the lighting is crap, and it's like, what?
Right. It even seemed like Ben Affleck gained weight when he went back for the reshoots. It looked like he was even bigger, you know?
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, that scene with Ezra Miller, I mean, obviously that was a Zack Snyder scene, but then when he starts talking about brunch,
right,
and you're like, hang on, someone put a green screen in there, what happened to his hair? And then when the camera turns back to Ben, it's like, whoa, he gained like 10 kilos in 2 seconds. What the hell is going on?
Oh man, that's funny. You're exactly right. But hey, we're coming up on our 20 minutes. So I want you to give another shout out to everybody. You know, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I'm gonna wrap it up and start back on editing so I can put it out today. But you know, say something to the fam. You know.
Perfect. Well, I'm gonna try and not forget people this time around, because last time I forgot so many important people in the fandom. So I'm gonna try and give a shout out to those guys. So I have to remember Robert Carlin, very important guy in our fandom. He's actually the one who coined the phrase the Snyder Spartan. So big props to Rob from Scotland. He's a champ. Good old our General Brian Coombe. Who you have interviewed before, and I know that you guys have got a new one coming up. Another shout out to your previous interviewee, Mr. Carlos Diaz, who is great.
Oh yeah,
really nice guy, and we chatted recently, and I love his short films.
Right.
The guy's got a lot of heart in what he does.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully in the future we get to do something together. That's going to be a lot of fun.
He likes you a lot. He likes you a lot. He told me about you. He said he loved your interview, and that made him go research you even more, you know?
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool how, you know, so many of us got to know each other off of other people's material, and it really it goes back to what Zack Snyder said about powerful art, creating unity.
Right.
And, healing, bringing change, and creating unity. That is absolutely true.
Right.
And with, my specific form of art, which is music, I really feel that if you've got the right energy in it, it really brings people together.
Right. Right.
It's a real force for good.
Right.
So in general, just a big shout out to everyone in the fandom. And also, hopefully he listens to this too, but also a big shout out to Mr. Zack Snyder, who is such a great role model for all of us. I mean, aside from us being really big fans of his work, he seems like such a genuine, authentic, and good guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I really admire that man a lot. So big shout out to him too. And let me see if I'm probably leaving someone out, but I hope not. I did not talk about Ramesh the last time around. He's a very important person in our fandom. Oh, yeah. The guy who's done all the great digital art, and he's also a huge friend. We talked last night. I mean, off and on we chat a bit, and he's so generous. In when I was doing, my DC fan scores, he out of the blue he started making images for them, and nice. Dude's a champ. He's a legend.
Oh yeah, he is. He's very talented too. I try to look at everything he does and I'm just gazing at it because he does a great job, and he's so humble. He never talks any shit. He just puts it out and let everybody enjoy it,
Exactly. He's really discreet, but right. he just posts these images and they're so awesome. I mean, he comes out with some stuff. I was like, wow, right. How did he think of this?
Right, right. Me too. I agree. Well, thanks a lot, Mr. Cortes. Thanks for your time this time. And like I said, I want to continue this. When stuff happens, I want to get all my friends on and we can talk about it. So, look for me to inbox you again.
Always available.
Perfect. Well, thanks for everything, man. I'm going to go edit this up.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation again. And all the best. And a very happy new year. All the best in 2019 now for you, for your family. And hopefully we'll talk again very soon.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna go add one of your scores in it, to kind of close out the video. And I just wanted to let the fans know that this is your score. Last time I played it and I forgot to title it and I forgot to announce it and everything, but I want to let everybody know this is his music you're listening to at the end of this video.
But thank you so much, man.
No problem.
So much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks a lot, man. I'll catch you later.
Cheers.
Peace.